Shravada, Croeso I Gymru, more specifically welcome to Caffi Siabod in Capel Curig. Surely, if there can be any more activity, more serendipitous than going for a ride on one's motorbike, then surely it must be meeting up with a friend on a pair of Royal Enfield Bullets and going for a ride together. And so last Tuesday, I think it was, proved a point. Dicke Whistles and I had met up at Caffi Siabod for a short ride out. We'd promised ourselves no more than 2 hours. We were going to go and look for a dragon, a couple of lions, afford to go and take some splashy photos with, a small marina nearby, and a couple of really interesting twisty lanes, followed by some pretty good scenery. While we were chatting at the cafe planning our mini 2-hour adventure, we got chatting to a chap called Jay from London, and so our conversation developed, and it turned out that for part of our journey, the first 4 or 5 miles, no more than that, but we would be going the same way. We pointed out that we would be taking some smaller, little more lesser known routes, and we might be messing around. And Jay quite fancied the idea of tagging along with us, and being a charming chap that he is, that we thought it would be lovely. So he joined in and came about, a bit awkward with us and our little slow bikes, and him and his big powerful KTM Adventure 1190, but hey ho, he was happy, so off we went. So the first thing we did was go down past Llyn. We turned left into the visitor centre area. As you can see, it's packed with vehicles. You'll see road cones everywhere. There's quite a few people. It's a real busy place, and this was midweek, so you can imagine what it's like at summer weekend. Now the secret is, if you actually just ride all the way through that and into the trees, you enter a different world. You'll pass, if we see a few people that are walking around, you'll go over a grid gwartheg, a cattle grid, and that will then spit you out to the other side of the valley. As you can see, we are leaving the throngs behind, and you become in a different world. You're transformed down onto the old Roman road, built 2,000 years before Telford's main A5 over the other side. So we had an idea. Let's stop. So we stopped and talked, had a laugh, because we were having a nice relaxed mood. Photographs were taken. We enthused about the scenery, and off we set. Now, as I said, we weren't really in a rush. We were just going to potter along and enjoy ourselves. Jay was obviously new to the environment completely, although Dick's done quite a lot of climbing and I ride this road very, very regularly. It's something, you mustn't take for granted. We must always remember we're very lucky to be here. So why not stop and take some more photos, we thought. And this is where the day really was beginning to prove itself to be fantastic. We were able to ride along, stop, have a chat, discuss matters related to the bikes, related to our bikes, related to nothing to do with motorcycles at all. We were just able to enjoy company of 3 like-minded individuals and enjoy being out in the fine scenery that is Snowdonia. Sadly, the sun isn't shining like we normally get on a sunny Snowdonia summer's day, but there we go. We can't always get what we want. So in the background there you can see Trivan. You have to scramble up there, and we weren't obviously going to do that. We're in our motorcycling gear, but it was wonderful to take an opportunity to have a good look at the views. One of the things I find that's really good is the opportunity to take someone who's never been in this part of the area before. Most people will have taken the main road, which is only a few hundred metres, as we're looking back towards Dick and Jay on the left hand side of the valley, the other side of the valley. But we're in a completely different world. You know, there's no lorries. Quite often on this road you'll see cows, sheep, but that day there was nothing really, only a couple of walkers. And we were able to go for a ride, enjoy ourselves, and just potter. Now here we left the industrial workings of Bethesda and climbed over the old railway bridge there, and we climbed back up into what I can only describe as what feels like a remote landscape again. So we were originally low down in a valley, and now we're climbing up, and we're heading in the general direction of Llanberis, as you see this. And in a moment we're going to pull up and stop. And in one of my earlier videos you'll remember that I decided that I couldn't actually go on a particular pair of lanes because of problems with ground clearance, etc. on the bike, and this is the going to be the other end of the second of those lanes where we're about to stop. And part of the purpose for being here was just to have a quick discussion with Dick about that and future plans we might have. Instead we tended to discuss all sorts of other things to do with bikes and the scenery, and generally have a pleasant time. And I have to say, this is probably one of the best things about riding bikes. Just going out, slow potter, enjoying yourselves, enjoying the scenery and having some fun. Have good company, nice cup of coffee maybe a cake or something, I don't know, whatever floats your boat. And really, I generally think this is the best thing about bikes. What do you think?